Is Power Plants a game about the electrical grid? No, it's about powerful plants. Whoa, nobody saw that coming. You know, you hear power plants and you're like, oh, interesting. We're going to like be an economic management game about how to distribute power to people efficiently. No, you won't. You're going to be a game about plants that gets to eat things like little fairy nymphs. So this definitely reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors, right? Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. This is gamers playing this game, is that they're like, feed me, kids table board games. Feed me a new game. Ooh, I need a new hot game. Is Power Plants it? So this is an area control game. I love the brightness of all these pieces. All of these different, you know, plant pieces you're going to put down. It's a tile laying game with area control, and you're going to put these down. But one of the cool things is that you can activate either the strong ability of what you just put down or the weak ability of everything else around it. So I love games with, you know, easy to wrap your head around but tough choices, and this feels like one of them. And, you know, just, again, I love all the bright artwork in it and stuff like that. Nice player aid cheat sheet so we know what stuff is what. Thank you for doing that, Kids Table Board Games. Everybody should take note. Marvel Age of Heroes was on my most anticipated games of 2023 list, partly because we are currently obsessed with Marvel stuff, but I feel like X-Men haven't got as much attention, and I loved the X-Men when I was a kid. I didn't care about like the Avengers or anything like that. I wanted X-Men and X-Men alone, and this is a game all about X-Men. We have a ton of Marvel games. We don't have a ton of X-Men games, and so that's why I wanted to play this one. I was so obsessed with X-Men when I was a kid. There was an X-Men cartoon, and for all who know, had the greatest theme song ever. These are really cool acrylic standees. I am just as good with this as I am with miniatures. Look at how, I mean, then you get the artwork on them and stuff. That's awesome. And I was so obsessed with X-Men when I was a kid that there was a Saturday morning cartoon, and we were going to Disneyland when I was like 10 years old, and I was mad to be going to Disneyland because I was like, I'm gonna miss the X-Men cartoon, and I can't miss it, okay? There's a storyline here that I'm very invested in, and I don't want to go to Disneyland because I don't want to miss the X-Men. And then my mom explained that we could tape it with a VHS tape, and then I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to Disneyland and we can watch the X-Men when I get home. But we are watching it the second we walk in that door after a full day at Disneyland. So, you know, I hope this game lives up to the hype for me because, boy, it's got some hype right now. 10-year-old me is very excited and will be humming that theme song the entire time I play. Is this a photo? Is this artwork? I literally can't tell. That's how great this looks. It's either an unreal photo or a crazy real drawing, all right? Oh man, it's gorgeous. So Earth is a new game from Inside Up Games, and I am excited for it. You know, we've had a lot of nature-themed games, but one of the things I love about this game is it's just, you're constantly doing something. Even on another player's turn, you get something. Depending on what action they choose, you get to do something too. And you're always doing something. Just like the planet Earth. There is always something going on. It's real thematic, you know? So, and look how gorgeous all this stuff looks in here too. That's the, oh man. Oh man. My dad was a professional photographer when I was a kid. He was a nature photographer, and he had a gallery and all that sort of stuff. And I hated nature photography when I was a kid because whenever we were driving somewhere, he'd be like, we have to stop. The light's really good right now. Look at these flowers on the side of the road. And I was like, let's just go. Can we please just go? But now, as an adult, I have so much more of an appreciation for it and for the beautiful things in the world, and this game has a lot of beautiful things in it, so I'm excited to check it out. Blazon is a game of medieval heraldry. Oh, welcome to this game of medieval heraldry. Are you a peasant or a royal? So we will be building our shields. We'll be putting symbols and whooshes and swooshes and fancy things on our shields and making people know that we are people of status. You can tell by my shield it has a lion on it, so I am important. I feel like we should take this game to medieval times and be like, who does the Red Knight win? No, Blazon wins. Come on, let's play this. If your knight wins, your knight has to play a board game with you. That's the medieval times I want to go to. And actually, one of the things I was excited about with this game is that I am Scottish. My last name is Scottish, and so it feels like I'm getting back to my roots here. There's not a lot of games about, about Scottish names. So, yeah. Let's see if I learn something about my history and my heraldry through the game Blazon. I'm really excited for Bamboo because it's one of those games I've heard that's like easy to learn, easy to wrap your head around, but full of a bunch of strategy and choices. That's what I want to play. I want to play games that are interesting and take less than an hour. I ain't got all day, okay? And in the game, you use bamboo to like get your house in balance and to get a prosperous house. And I want a prosperous house. I want my house to prosper. I want people to walk in and go, wow, what a great house you have, instead of walk in and go, wow, you're a bunch of guys in your late 30s who all live together and still have a giant penis on one of the cupboard stuff things that you have. Yeah, we still have that. We've had a giant penis drawn on something for about 8 years, and that's where I'm at in my life, and so I want a prosperous home, okay? We have a surfboard in my house that is purely decoration. I haven't taken it out in 6 years, but lots of people come over and go, wow, you're a fun house. And I'm like, I don't want to be a fun house anymore. I want to be a prosperous house. So Bamboo, please help me make a prosperous house. I need to learn by doing it right now. Games teach us about ourselves, and so I'm going to learn how to, have an adult house by playing this game. Look at all these cool components. That doesn't hurt either. Kapow! Kablammy! Whooping! I feel like this is the old Batman cartoon where this sort of stuff comes up when you're like, kablooey! Kapow! Oh, and it is a comic book inspired dice building game, so yeah. In the game, you are, let's see, you are literally building dice faces. You can make dice customizable in the game, and all of it's going to get you different special powers. And one player plays as the villain, and one player plays as the superheroes, and which one are you going to be? And that's going to tell you a lot about yourself, huh? You want to be a bad guy, or you want to be a boring good guy? I want to be a bad guy. Let's turn these over so the camera can see them better. Yeah, so you're going to have a ton of different special abilities and stuff in this game. Ooh, health counter. That's fun. And look at all these different things in your player board. You've got all these different ways you can upgrade your dice and do different stuff. So if you want to roll a bunch of different dice, ooh, these are the dice with the faces where you can put these things in it. Yeah. Customizable dice. Customizable dice. Customizable dice. Now, I wish that was more chantable. There's too many syllables. Customizable dice. Nope, it's just... how can we chant? Cool dice, cool dice, cool dice, cool dice.